Should we be worried about the Phoenix Suns for the first time in 100 years? What is up, guys? My name is DJ Eastwood. This is Run It Back. As always, hit that subscribe button if you like talking Philly sports every day, because that's what I do. Listen, Sixers play the Suns tonight, 9 o'clock. We are without Joel Embiid. Again, the second game of his suspension for wrestling with Karl Anthony Towns in the middle of a basketball game a couple nights ago. I thought it was pure entertainment and it was great for the NBA. They did not think so, so he has a 2-game suspension. This is his second game being suspended, and then he will play for us against the Utah Jazz in a couple days. The Phoenix Suns are without DeAndre Ayton because he failed a drug test, which is way worse than fighting, but he failed a substance abuse, some kind of banned substance. I don't know what it was, but DeAndre Ayton will not play. That's a fun matchup to watch, Embiid versus Ayton, because people compared Ayton to Embiid when he was drafted. Embiid said Ayton doesn't play any defense. There's a little bit of beef going on there. That would be cool to watch. Maybe we would get to see another wrestling match, but it's not going to happen. The Phoenix Suns are starting Aron Baynes at center. Yes, you heard that right. The guy that played for the Boston Celtics, who killed us in the playoffs by suddenly shooting threes like Steph Curry, except his form looks like he's throwing a cannonball over the top of his head, and somehow he makes it in. He used to just shoot threes against the Sixers, and now he shoots threes against everybody. Aron Baynes is shooting 47% from the three-point line this year. What is going on here? We don't have Embiid, so unfortunately we won't get to see Aron Baynes get his man bun posterized into the center of the earth like this.
Simmons in transition. What a pass to Embiid! My goodness! Posterizes Baynes!
Oh, man. What a great memory that was. The masked Embiid, all that stuff, man, that was great. But anyway, we have Al Horford starting at center and Kyle O'Quinn backing him up. O'Quinn played 18 minutes last game. Horford had 25 points, like I said he would. So the bench this year, especially the backup center position, is way better than it was last year. Last year when Embiid didn't play, we were horrible, didn't stand a chance. Now we still have a good team even when Embiid doesn't play, whether it's load management or he has a WWE audition. When he doesn't play, we still have a chance at winning. That's why we're 5-0. Are the Suns for real? Are the Phoenix Suns for real this year? Now, look, every year there's teams that surprise us in the beginning of the season, and then they come back down to earth, and they're in the bottom 10. They're in the lottery again every year. I personally think that's the Phoenix Suns again. They're surprising a little bit. You know, they pulled off an upset against the Clippers. They lost to the Nuggets and the Jazz. So, you know what I think about the Nuggets and the Jazz. They're overrated every year in the West, and they never stand a chance at going far in the playoffs. So I don't really believe the Suns are a great team. Like, people are overhyping them after 6 games. But I guess we'll see. Devin Booker's playing like an all-star like he always does. He's averaging 23 points a game, shooting 47% from 3. So obviously we got to try to slow him down. I said the same thing about Damian Lillard, trying to slow him down. We didn't slow him down at all. He shot the ball from a mile behind the three-point line. He had 33 points. We didn't slow him down at all, and we still won that game. So maybe we don't slow down Devin Booker. I remember last year he had the one game against us, maybe 2 years ago, where he scored 59, and he was just going nuts, shooting the ball from wherever he wanted, damn near half court. Hopefully that doesn't happen tonight. I would assume Josh Richardson and Matisse Thybulle are going to guard him most of the time, and Ben Simmons at the top. So we'll see how they do on Devin Booker and whether or not he shoots the freaking lights out like he always does against us. Dario Saric was traded from the Timberwolves last year or this offseason, I don't remember, to the Suns. He is starting. He's averaging 9 points a game. He's scoring less than he ever has in his career right now. This is just another prime example of how overhyped players were when we were tanking and we were just grasping onto anything we could. We knew Dario was a professional in Europe. We didn't realize that meant he wasn't going to be good in America because he's not fast and he can't jump and he can't. I mean, we overhyped the hell out of Dario Saric. I mean, we thought Embiid, Dario, and Simmons were going to be the three-headed monster that couldn't be stopped. And Dario just is what he is, man. Great guy. He's fun to watch. He's funny, but does he really have much value in the NBA? I don't think so. He's going to have to defend Tobias Harris and Ben Simmons tonight. I would expect him to get totally cooked by both of them because he can't move his feet. He can't play good defense. And he also isn't quick enough or anything to do anything on offense against either of those guys. So I don't expect Dario to have a good game at all. He hasn't had great games this season at all. Dario just is what he is, man. He's a role player. He's a bench player. He's starting on the Suns. That actually says a lot about him. You know, if they were for real, I don't think they would have Dario Saric in their starting lineup. But and go ahead and kill me in the comments like you do whenever I talk bad about Robert Covington. Go ahead and kill me for telling the truth about Dario Saric. I love the guy, but he's not good, man. Come on, let's be serious here. A couple more things that are interesting about this game. Frank Kaminsky is averaging 12 points a game for the Suns. Frank the Tank, you guys remember him from Wisconsin, that Wisconsin team that took down the undefeated Kentucky Wildcats when Karl Anthony Towns and Willie Cauley-Stein and all those guys were killing everybody. Was Devin Booker on that team too? I think he was, man. Frank was part of that team with the other tall white guy, man. What the heck is his name? I forget his name. But, yeah, and he hasn't done anything in the NBA yet, but he's averaging 12 points a game for the Suns. So it's nice to see Frank the Tank get a little bit of run, scoring some points here for the Phoenix Suns. That also says a lot about the Phoenix Suns. You know, one of their highest scorers is Frank Kaminsky. I mean, come on, bro. I don't think they're serious at all. And one more interesting thing about this game is Mikkel Bridges. As you guys know, his mom works for the Sixers. We drafted him when we needed a shooting wing. Right when he was drafted, we all celebrated. He's a hometown Philly kid. We thought, yo, we got one, man. We got a shooter, blah, blah, blah. It's going to be great. And then 30 seconds later, we traded him straight up for Zaire Smith, who has yet to do anything in the NBA also. But Sixers fans thought that was a horrible trade. They still think it's a horrible trade for some reason, but it's because they don't look at Mikkel Bridges' numbers. He's averaging 8 minutes a game right now. He's scoring 4 points per game. He's shooting 17% from three. So, I mean, trading him for Zaire Smith or a bag of chips is basically the same thing. Zaire Smith isn't playing in the NBA. Mikkel Bridges is barely playing in the NBA. So, you know, whatever. But he's a hometown kid. Philly people love him. I think he's a good kid. You know, but I hope he's good someday in the NBA. But right now, Mikkel Bridges, not a big deal that we traded him. But everybody makes it a big deal, of course, like they do everything. So, yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think of tonight's game, man. My prediction is going to be... I don't think the Suns can mess with us, man. I really don't. Without Embiid, though, I think Tobias Harris is going to have another big game. I think Tobias Harris is going to have a 30, 35-point game. I think Tobias Harris is going to get it going a little bit, hitting some shots. He's going to be in the high 20s or 30s. I'm going to say 32 points for Tobias Harris. I'm going to say the Sixers win 121-99. That's going to be my prediction. And I want to do something new on this channel, too. I started our nightly Jokic highlights yesterday, and that was hilarious. Unfortunately, that bum didn't play yesterday, so we don't get to see a defensive blooper right now. But, of course, tomorrow when I do a recap, or tonight when I do a recap of this game, I'll hopefully I have a Nikola Jokic highlight to make fun of him. But I want you guys to comment your score predictions in the comments, and whoever gets the closest to the exact score, I will shout you out in my recap video with your score prediction. Only if you pick the Sixers to win. If you post something like the Suns 120 to the Sixers 118, if you're hating, I'm not going to shout you out, even if they lose. Why would I do that? This is a Sixers channel. We don't say the Sixers are going to lose. We're going to go 82-0. My name is DJ Eastwood. This is Run It Back. Watch the game tonight, 9 o'clock. Hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed already. I know you guys, I pop up in your suggested videos, and you watch them, and you don't hit the subscribe button. I know it. I know who you are. Hit the subscribe button, and hit the like button. You guys have a good night.